that one slide said like $40,000.
Yeah.
When would you rather handle that objection?
Yeah.
When would you rather get them listening to you again? Now or after you talk for an extra half an hour and they've never listened the whole time because they just can't get 40 grand out of their mind and they know you're going to screw them over at the end.
You're right. Right.
So I all those are gifts.
Yes.
You just have to have the courage. That's why I pray for courage. You have to have the courage to go, gosh, this lady scares the bejeebies out of me, but I'm just going to go, hey, I saw that. What was that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you obviously were like a little put off on that.
Yeah.
Just share, if you don't mind, I use my hands a lot. If you don't mind, like share that with me.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, it's just air conditioning.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know why we have to go through all this stuff. Oh man, I'm glad you asked. Am I? Not really. I'd rather you just say yes 5 minutes after I walked in. I don't even want to do this whole thing. I don't like being an acrobat.
Yeah.
But you make me do it.
Yeah.
But I'll just, you meet them where they are with the goal of bringing them to where everybody needs to go.
Yeah.
You can't just expect them because you're God's gift to air conditioning to come to you.
Yeah.
You might have to move a position or 10.
Yeah.
And then you gently try to move them, or sometimes abruptly try to move them 10 positions or 5 positions, and you meet in the middle. And we'll just meet back at the kitchen table, and I take this is specific. I take my keyboard and my yellow pad. The yellow pad's on purpose, and when I walk up to the house, they don't see the iPad. It's behind my yellow pad.
Yeah.
Because I look more old school.
Right.
I don't look like some fancy guy with some fancy gadget that's going to fancily sell them something they didn't know they bought.
Right.
I want, the yellow pad's kind of what's showing.
Yeah.
And so I'll say, hey, I'm just going to put my stuff down here at the table.
Yeah.
So I unclip the keyboard and the yellow pad and I put it on the table. And that way it kind of establishes we know where he's coming back to.
Right.
So then when I set expectations, great, you guys have plenty of time with me, awesome. Homeboy's going to show me around, give me the grand tour. And then, probably about a half an hour, and then I'll just come back here and crunch my numbers at the table if that's okay. Oh, that's great.
And then you sit down.
So then later I sit down, I crunch my numbers. I don't really need you yet, but I'll be talking to them. They're making dinner, they're doing whatever, or they sit down.
Yeah.
And I'll just carry on conversation while I'm doing my heat load calculation. And you need to have done like a million of them to be able to do that because, you're crunching numbers. And I'll put my estimates in Service Titan at the same time, and I put them all in one estimate. I just put, any ancillary things like duct system or moving the unit or rerunning a line set, and then I'll put like best system, second best, third best, basic in Service Titan.
Yeah.
And that's based off of obviously the heat load calculation that I did.
Yeah.
And then I'll put like a repair discount in there if there was a repair that was done.
Yeah.
And so then and then I'll pivot. I'll go, okay, man, I think I pretty much got everything for you guys. Are you guys good? You not too tired? No, we're great. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And, they've given me a coffee or a water or I've eaten dinner with them or whatever at that point. And kids are climbing all over the place and handing me pizza in my mouth, whatever is going on. It's a party. It's amazing. And I will go, great. Well, let's do this. I really love to go through the pictures first.
Yeah.
So then we start with something that's tangible. They don't even know there's a sales system involved because we're just going to go through pictures.
Yeah.
I'll usually pull up my pictures, and when I pull up my pictures, there's usually pictures of like my grandson or a horse at the farm, or my Mustang or whatever's going on in my life is right there in the screen of all the tiles.
You're a human being.
And then they'll go, oh, who's that? Yeah. Oh, that's my grandson. Don't get me started. We'll never stop.
Yeah.
And if they've got grandkids, that's great. If they're a couple that doesn't have kids, I'll probably be really sensitive to that.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want somebody to go, man, that's something we're never going to have.
Right.
So just trying to think ahead, like, are you caring well for people or not?
Yeah.
Or are you kind of a jerk that is your own thing and you don't care how it offends somebody? How are you being experienced?
Right.
So anyways, I'll pull up pictures and I'll go through the pictures with them.
And you're showing them how this is how
Show and tell.
Your stuff is bad.
Yeah. We wouldn't have done this. And I try not to be like, oh man, you're just being honest.
Yeah.
And sometimes you won't be as honest as you would because you can tell that they're trying to pick up on you not being an honest person when really you are.
Yeah.
And it's just their baggage
for sure
that they're handing off to you.
Yeah. You don't want to feel like you're doing scare tactics and all that stuff. Yeah.
No, it's scary enough as it is. Just tell the truth.
For sure.
If it's time to replace it, it's time to replace it.
Yeah.
If it'd be better off for them to replace it, then it's better off for them to replace it. You don't have to embellish. It's truth or not, right? And if they shouldn't replace it, well then they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Anyways. So
pictures. Yeah.
Go through a lot of those. Talk about replacement of the drain pan, safety switches, interior pictures of the ductwork, dust and stuff. And this is really what kills air conditioners, honestly. People ask me all the time, like, hey, if we do this, like, we don't want to ever do it again. Like, how do we make it last 15 years? And I'm like, well, the manufacturers only want it to last 10. Let's be fair. So you're really getting over on them if you can get it to 15. But here's how you do it. Don't buy junk to begin with. Have somebody install it that actually cares. Like, they're not just trying to get fishing by 2 o'clock. They're actual craftsmen that install it. And that's a personality profile, by the way. And then also keep it clean. And we'll talk about how you keep it clean, too. And that's in the beginning. Just dropping those things. You never go to, like, sell something until it's time to sell it.
Right.
You get people interested in it.
Yes.
You drop little things like, you know what? I'm not even going to get off talking about that right now. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah.
And then they're inside, they're kind of going,
Well, I want to know.
don't want to talk about it right now. And okay.
Yeah.
And those are like kind of anxious to talk about it later.
Yes.
I transitioned from pictures to the persuasion system.
Yeah.
So I had somebody ask me last night. They were like, yeah, selling, we saw that, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, be honest, do you actually use the system?
Yeah.
I'm like, I actually use the system.
Yeah.
I don't go in there and I'm just the magical Jared Dean and people just magically buy stuff from me. I'm sorry.
Put your hands on them.
Yeah, just lay hands on it and it's healed or whatever. I literally, I could show it to you, but it is literally a persuasion system.
Yeah.
You know, it's got all the tabs. I use every tab every time.
Yeah.
I do say and I do it on my iPad, which I never thought I would do, but it is applicable now. I think 10 years ago it turned people off.
Sure. Maybe
even 5, but now I think people kind of expect it. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of credibility with the technology. I used a book at first.
Yeah.
I transitioned to the iPad about a year ago. It's a slide. It's a keynote.
Yeah.
PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And I kind of slide from one to one, and I've added a few things that you're not allowed to steal because they're Jared Dean originals. But it sets the expectation. Like,
Yeah.
hey, here's who I am and how I do this.
Yeah.
You know, I try to hit the bullseye in between what your house needs, what's available in the marketplace, and what your situation is.
Yeah.
And there's a 3, what's that called, a vectra or whatever? When the circles collide? A vector scale or, I don't know.
What is that
Somebody
called?
smarter than me knows.
Yeah.
Anyways, the middle is like what I shoot for.
Yeah.
What the house needs, what's available in the marketplace, and what your situation is.
Yeah.
And all those are variables. And so that's really what I do. And I'm really good at it because I've just done it so long. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to figure out what you need, not what I think is the best whiz-bang thing, mousetrap on the planet.
Sure.
That's kind of the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I go through all the tabs, man. I mean, it's like, you know, it's, the 4 factors tab. You know, it's which helps you price condition some. You know,
Yes.
people look at it and go, 40 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, how do you mean? What do you mean 40 grand?
Yeah.
Well, there's no way we're paying 40 grand for one. Okay, so what? You guys already have a budget then? That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
What's your budget? Grab pen. Always grab pen. Take notes.
Yeah.
Even if you can remember everything.
Yeah.
Take notes when somebody talks.
Right.
Be respectful.
Yep.
Care about what they
Shows
say.
interest.
Okay, so you guys were thinking 10,000. Okay, man, good stuff. Thanks for sharing that with me. Where'd you guys get that from?
Right.
You're not selling an air conditioner in that moment. You're just selling being allowed to be in the boat with a fishing pole at this point.
Right.
And you're praying that somebody brought worms.
Right.
So you're like, that's a gift for you.
Yes.
Follow the gifts.
Right.
It's not an objection.
No.
It's a human being going, WTF?
Right.
Should we throw you out now or waste the next hour? We could go out to dinner, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
And so that's a gift when somebody gives you an objection.
Yeah.
It's a place for you to be caring and curious to go, wow, that really triggered this person. I wonder what's going on inside of them right now.
Right.
And so if you just get really good at like 3 or 4 things like, hey, I noticed that bugged you. What's behind that? A caring person a friend would ask that.
That's true.
A salesperson would not.
Right. They'll plow through
Wow.
it.
I think some salespeople would. But, and so those are gifts to me. So the 4 factors tab helps price condition some. Anyways, I go through all of those. You know, there's the 10 things, you know, like, you know, hey, you know what, there's 10 things on here. Some systems take care of them better than others, and everybody's different. I never assume what's best for you because it's your house, your household, your finances. So out of these 10 things, I always ask people, you know, what's your top 2 or 3?
Right.
And you guys are both allowed to have different answers. Actually, most people do.
Yeah.
And I grab a pen. And I write 1, 2, and 3 because now they're like obligated. If I don't do that, I feel like a certain percentage of people will go, well, you know, we like all of these.
Yeah.
But if I literally write down 1, 2, and 3,
You gotta hit
their
it.
mind goes, crap. He's literally we're being tested. Like, now we can't. And so that's there's all these slight little things.
Sure.
It's in the little details. And they'll always do it.
Yeah.
Like 99 times out of 100.
Yeah.
And you'll have one guy that just chooses all 10, and that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I'll go, man, I noticed, and then you pick one, you could tell that he wouldn't say, but what, and I was like, anything that's on that list, or you notice, I go, awesome, that's great. Okay, so cleanliness of the air you breathe. curious just what's behind that.
Right.
And see, I don't have to ask who in the home has allergies on the front end.
Yeah.
Because I said a little something about it earlier, and
Yep.
now they feel more comfortable with me, and now we're at the table, and I've got a glass of water or a slice of pizza, and now they're going, well, honestly, our daughter does.
Yeah.
How long she had it?
Yeah.
You know, is it just seasonal?
Right.
You know, is it whatever?
Yeah.
And man, sorry to hear that. My wife struggled with it forever. I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
You know, and it's frustrating as all get out. And I ran into a guy 20 years ago, and I'm just a heat and air dude. Like I'm a duck man. I don't even know what I'm doing. You know, and he taught me about air quality.
Yeah.
And I never even realized that we had a place in it.
Right.
And he taught me about UV lights and about bacteria and what oxidizers do and what certain filters do to keep the dust out, and how smaller dust is actually what gets into our bloodstream. And so I'll talk a little bit about it later, but man, it changed my life. And I've used the same products, the same manufacturer for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Seed planted.
Seed planting.
Yeah.
But you don't just go, oh, efficiency, cleanliness, long life.
Yeah.
Great. Next slide.
Yeah.
You go,
That's a
hey,
tool.
what's behind that? Why is that important to you?
Right.
Otherwise, that's not here's what I need to get across. That's not a sales tactic.
No, you want to generally know.
Like, if you're really trying to get something that somebody needs, you're
Yeah.
genuinely going, why does that interest you?
Right.
Like, you know, and I genuinely want to know how people tick.
Right.
And so, you know, we go through this. Now you've got your D personalities that are like, oh boy, here comes the slideshow. And I was like, I know, I hate this thing. but it helps me figure out.
It's disarming. You put it that way.
It helps me
Yes.
not sell you the wrong thing.
Right.
And they're like, oh, okay.
Right.
I'd hate to not use it and sell you the wrong air conditioner, because quite honestly, that's a variable that could happen.
Yeah.
And a D is like results driven.
Yes.
So you just went ding, and he's like, oh, all right. And I was like, dude, I'll just skip over as much stuff as I can.
Yeah.
And I literally go, I talk about that a lot as I go. There's 2 slides that are like Google reviews, insured and back, liability insurance, whatever, you know. And I do talk about all of it. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna, and I do this on everyone. I'm gonna skip through these. I talk about them as I go. And if there's one I didn't, I'll go, wow, I'll mention this one. Not everybody's actually insured. There's contractors out there right now with failed insurance.
Yeah.
Gladly do work on your house, and if they mess something up, they'll gladly let your homeowners cover it.
Yeah.
So we're insured, whatever.
Yeah.
I go through that. I hammer on the drug and background testing, you know, big time. That's a whole part of it. You know, I call it, I just say, hey, so I've been in this my whole life, and I've done new construction, I've done industrial, I've done commercial, I've done residential, I've done in-home services. We are strictly an in-home service company. How do I say this nicely? So there's different caliber of guys, and I've been both calibers. And I've been a new construction guy with my muddy work boots and my chainsaw, you know. Never smoked cigarettes or chewed tobacco, but like that was my next step,
Yeah.
you know, in the evolution.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just don't hire guys like that. Like,
Yeah.
I look at it this way, like, you know how you just have some dogs and you're like, you know, you can let this dog inside, that one stays outside.
Yeah.
We hire indoor guys. They're allowed inside. And, you know, construction guys aren't. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they're rough and tumble. They kind of have to be in that environment. They
Yeah.
use chainsaws. They spit tobacco. They cuss.
Yeah.
You know, they park on the lawn. You know, like, it's okay. But
Yeah.
we don't do any of that work, so we can't hire them.
Right.
So I just make a very good A or B, black or white correlation.
You paint that picture.
And, you know, a lot of companies do both because they're just trying to survive. And so, you know, you can end up with guys that were on a job site yesterday, and then they're muddy booting it, tobacco in it, into your house today.
Yeah.
You're just not going to have that with us. We hire a different caliber of guys. We drug and background test our guys. A lot of guys will come and interview, and they get to the end of the interview, and they go, wait, you guys actually drug test? We
Yeah.
thought you were just saying that on the phone. A lot of people just say it. No, we actually drug test. We actually do background testing. And, you know, in the state of South Carolina, I love the state. We're pretty free, man. We do what we want. But I think for in-home services, you should have to background check your guys. I could hire a convict yesterday and put him in your house today, and you'd never know it.
Yeah.
You'd just never know it.
Right.
California's totally different. I did a little job out there for about a year. I consulted a company out there and helped them through some things. And man, it took me 2 weeks to just get a helper hired. Like FBI fingerprint background check for everybody.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
But I see why. Like, you're trusting me to put people in your house. So you'll never have a druggie. You're never going to have somebody with a criminal background.
Yeah.
You know, and I love people. I'm actually a pastor, so I love people.
Yeah.
But I don't have any place to hire those guys and let them rebuild their life because we don't do new construction.
Right.
So we just send those guys down the road. They get a job somewhere else.
Yeah. And I love it. And they get a job somewhere else. It's just not
Planting
here.
a healthy fear,
Yeah.
which is being a good advisor. Good advisors give people healthy fear of if they went with somebody else.
Yeah. By the way, it's fair.
It's not a scare tactic.
It's a fair concern.
It's data.
As I'll tell you, I had a service and they stole, and like you have that experience. You're like, that
it
you're way
happens
alert.
all
It
the
happens
time.
And people don't think about it because they're just making fast decisions, right? You just
And our job is to keep people from those contractors.
Absolutely.
That's part of our job.
Absolutely. All right. Then what?
Yeah.
You go through all the.
Okay, so we go through every tab every time.
Yep.
Right. And I'm always looking for ones that hang them up, or ones they're interested in, or ones they hate, or ones they disagree with, or if I'm wearing them out. I mean, quite honestly,
it's long.
it's long.
Yeah.
And depending on who you're with, you make it longer. And sometimes it's 5 hours, and you're like, wow, that was amazing. And sometimes it's 2 hours, and you're like, God, it was grueling. So every tab every time. Just trying to think. I get to, the last tab, which is any questions, second to last tab.
Yep.
And I ask it like, hey, man, I don't ask the other than money, but I just go, hey, man, like what questions you have?
Yeah.
Do you have questions about price or cold air, hot air, humidity, clean air, our guys, HVAC, philosophy? I mean, I'm down for anything. Like, what questions do you have, you know?
Yeah.
And, sometimes they'll have them.
Smiling. Everything
absolutely.
you do, it's like,
Absolutely.
I'm smiling. Yeah. As I'm getting sold, I'm smiling. Yeah.
And they'll just, and some of them genuinely do, which is a gift, right?
Yeah.
S's are hard, right? What is it? 65% of the people out there are S's, and so they'll yes you right out of the house, right?
Yeah.
So you really got to press into that, and sometimes you'll be like, "Are you sure? I feel like you might have a question," and that's okay. That's caring, whether they do or don't.
Sure.
And you'll uncover them. A lot of our egos don't want questions because we want to get to the price and sell it.
Right.
Sales isn't the yes at the end. The yes at the end only comes with all the yeses before them.
Right.
The yes at the end never comes with the yeses before them. And if you don't look for the yeses before them, you never get the yes at the end.
Exactly.
So you got to just do the long game.
Yeah.
You got to uncover those things. And when somebody's just kind of like, you got to go, yeah, I feel you there. Like, what's behind that? If you don't mind me asking. Right. Now, if you've never built rapport, you get kicked out of the house.
Right.
But like, if you obviously are just like a normal, you're being your authentic self.
Yeah.
Whether that's personality or no personality as a salesperson.
Yeah.
C, D, I, S, I don't care what you are.
Yeah.
You're being your authentic self.
Yeah.
Then you can pull that off every time.
Sure.
You can just go, hey, I noticed that you kind of that you just didn't really like that.
Yeah.
Slide, like what's behind that? Or I noticed, dude, I saw that frown. What's going on?
Yeah.
Stick with me. No, be honest. Like we might as well. I mean, we're in it together. We go way back. We've known each other like 2 hours. and give them, listen, you're giving them permission.
Yeah.
And a safe place, which sounds kind of weird therapy-wise, but you're kind of giving them a safe place to go, we just don't, that one slide said like $40,000.
Yeah.
When would you rather handle that objection?
Yeah.
When would you rather get them listening to you again? Now or after you talk for an extra half an hour and they've never listened the whole time because they just can't get 40 grand out of their mind and they know you're going to screw them over at the end.
You're right. Right.
So I all those are gifts.
Yes.
You just have to have the courage. That's why I pray for courage. You have to have the courage to go, gosh, this lady scares the bejeebies out of me, but I'm just going to go, hey, I saw that. What was that?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, you obviously were like a little put off on that.
Yeah.
Just share, if you don't mind, I use my hands a lot. If you don't mind, like share that with me.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, it's just air conditioning. So I don't even know why we have to go through all this stuff. Oh man, I'm glad you asked. Am I? Not really. I'd rather you just say yes 5 minutes after I walked in. I don't even want to do this whole thing. I don't like being an acrobat.
Yeah.
But you make me do it.
Yeah.
But I'll just, you meet them where they are with the goal of bringing them to where everybody needs to go.
Yeah.
You can't just expect them because you're God's gift to air conditioning to come to you.
Yeah.
You might have to move a position or 10.
Yeah.
And then you gently try to move them, or sometimes abruptly try to move them 10 positions or 5 positions, and you meet in the middle. And so, I'm always trying to uncover those objections. It's the hallway and the doors.
Yep.
Jim Abrams said that 20 years ago for me. And I just was like, that is it, man. It is like, and he always eloquently said it well, right? Like sales is a long hallway and there's doors up and down each side. And at the end, there's a yes and a no. There's no maybe door. And as you're going down that hallway, your job is to through conversation and relationship, I'm probably saying more words than he did, but you're trying to gently guide these homeowners who really don't know what they're doing down a hallway while you're gradually and gently closing each door on each side, the objections.
Right.
So when you get to the end, there's no doors open.